All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders, great millstone, who teach very well where I learned this truth from, and salutation out there to the hopeful elect, who continue to push this word in our truth, faith, and sincerity. And also shalom to the millmen and children who sincerely believe upon the words of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. And today, man, I'm just going to call this video, None of This Shit Matter, man. Because basically, the things that's in Babylon is going to fade away. Let's go ahead and start off right there in 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, man. Because we should not be putting our stock in this place. Because if you putting your stock in this place, the only thing you're doing is putting more logs on the fire, man. You know, you think you was going to save this for 20 years or 30 years down the line? Guess what, man? You ain't doing nothing but putting more logs on the fire, man. Let's jump down to 2 Peter 3, and I'm going to jump at verse... I'm going to start at verse 10. It says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise." What does that mean? The heavens shall pass away with a great noise. That nuclear missiles, man. That's going to be the destruction of Babylon. Continuing on. It says, "In which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up." So it says the works also and that is therein shall be burnt up, man. So your cars, clothes, money, and hoes, and even your damn body, man. You're not going to take none of this upon the chariot. So you shouldn't be putting your time in this place, man. Putting your putting your all in this place, man. Don't put all your eggs in the basket of Esau. Put all your eggs in the basket of Yahweh Shai, man. Because that's an everlasting basket, man. That's everlasting hope, man. But like it says the works that are therein. So again, your business that you're working on, many other things you're working on, guess what? It's not going to be here. Continuing on, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved. You see that all these things are going to get ready to get destroyed. What manner of persons ought ye to be? So what type of spirit you should be in, man? In all holy conversation in godliness. And it's really a godly conversation to wish the downfall of America, man. It's a godly conversation to wish the death of this place, man. Because in order for the kingdom of heaven to come to pass, this current shitty kingdom have to be done away with. But again, things have to play out, man. A series of events have to come to pass. The famine, martial law, sedition among men, World War III, and the chip, man. All these things have to come to pass before the end to come. Let's continue on. Read it again. It says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation in godliness? Yes, man. So us pushing out this word, we're not pushing out the agenda of Esau. Now we're pushing out the agenda of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. Because the agenda of Esau would not be fulfilled. The agenda of that NWO of wickedness is not going to be fulfilled, man. Verse 12, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. And that's it, man. Because guess what? This place is going to be destroyed by nuclear missile, man, by nuclear heat. That spiritual chemotherapy, man. That's what the Lord is going to give unto America and various parts of around the world. Because again, at the end of the day, nothing but wickedness and death get pushed forth through this place, man. America don't push forth righteous decrees. They don't push forth righteous trends. Every trend that they push forth is totally against the ways of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. I seen this little thing about how Disney Channel in the month of June, they're going to have a whole little thing about about the DRs, the RuPaul's, man. Little mini RuPaul's gonna have their own show on Disney Plus, and that's a kids out, man. That's a kids out. Where you tell your kids to go watch Lion King, and they go put on the LG HD TV, the BB, What if they put on that show instead, man? Not knowing what they're watching. That's another of many reasons why this place have to be burnt with fervent heat, man. Continuing on. It says, nevertheless, we, who is that we? The ones that's in that inner court, the ones that know what's going on, man. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, Look for a new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. And that's what we're waiting for, man. The coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai. Because he's going to rescue us from wickedness. He's going to rescue us from this filthy body. He's going to rescue us from this evil and wicked man, Esau Edom, man. You know? That's why we're looking forward to the kingdom of heaven, man. Because the kingdom of heaven is just not a idea. No, the kingdom of heaven is going to come in the physical, man. And that's what we're waiting for. The Lord promised that he was going to set righteousness up again. Read this again. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, yes, we look for certain prophecies, we look for certain things to happen. It says, ye look for such things, be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blame. So basically, stay upon your watch, man. Basically, being on point before he come. Because again, if he come, if you're not blameless and spotless, and you have gall in your mouth, then ultimately you're going to get destroyed. Continuing on in 15, and account that the long suffering of the Lord is salvation, even as our brother Paul, also according to the wisdom given unto him, hath written unto you. And that's about it on it. But just going back, man, we are waiting upon the kingdom of heaven. And we're waiting upon a new world, man. You know, we're waiting upon righteousness. So we should not put our stock in here. You know, for lack of better words, you know, when your mama, she cooking dinner, you know, you say, let me get a piece of candy. She said, no, you can't eat that because it's going to spoil your appetite, man. You can't drink the Babylon juice. You can't go in the ways of Babylon, because why? It's going to spoil your appetite. Now, instead of you eating this full course meal, you eating this lamb, you're full off of candy. And you're going to end up getting a stomach ache for the lack of better words, man. And that's why we're waiting on the kingdom of heaven. That's why all the prophets and righteous men have desired, man, to see this day, to see the downfall of Israel and the raising up of the house of David. Matthew, this is the book of Matthew 13, jumping down to verse 17. It says, for verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see. To see what? To see this damn devil fall. Because he's falling right before our eyes. Even if you go back into the time of the Roman Empire, when when Tiberius was on the scene and things like that, when the apostles was out there, when Nero, guess what? That's when Esau really had a grip on us, man. 70 AD Masada. You don't think those same men that was in the times of Masada, you don't think if those same men was here today, you don't think they'll be rejoicing to see this devil fall, man? To see the guy who raped, robbed, and stole everything you have? You wouldn't be happy to see this guy fall, man? Sirach 25:7. One thing I found happen, man, a man that have joy over his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies, man. And that's what we're waiting on, the fall of the nation of Esau. Why? Because the fall of the nation of Esau, or the fall of the nation of the so-called white man, these bringers, the elites, is going to be the beginning of the kingdom of heaven, man. Because in order for the kingdom of heaven to come to pass, this current kingdom have to be wiped out. So let's read this again. For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear and have not heard them. Yes, man. These people haven't heard about, the missiles of World War III. Even though they heard about UFOs, but guess what? It wasn't made. Revelations 12th chapter, John, the Patmos, they ain't made sense, back in 200 AD or during the Byzantine Empire, or even damn 100 years ago, that one made sense, man. But now Revelations 12, the 9th verse, guess what? That makes sense now because prophecies are playing out right before our eyes, man. The Pentagon, they came out and said, yeah, we was lying about UFOs. That's not no light thing. That's a major event in prophecy, man. Because those are the vehicles of our salvation. Those are the vehicles above that's going to save us. Continuing on, let's finish it off. It says, righteous men have desired to see those things which you see and have not seen them, and hear the things which you hear and have not heard them. Yes, man, because guess what? Back then wasn't the time, but right now in 2022, guess what? It's the time. And Lord willing, we get out of here soon, man. Let's go ahead and get this. This is the book of 2nd Ezra 4, and I'm going to jump down. 2nd Ezra 4, and I'm going to start at verse 25. It says, what will he then do unto his name, whereby we are called of these things have I asked. Now, what Ezra was asking about is the kingdom of heaven, man. When Israel was going to be on top, when we was going to stop suffering, because we're suffering under the hands of the white man. That's our oppressor. In order to be oppressed, in order to be downtrodden, you have to have somebody that's doing the downtrodden. In order to be oppressed, you have to have an oppressor. And who's our oppressor, man? The current people that's ruling the world, man. The people that's in the government, And I ain't talking about the government that you see on TV. Let's continue on, though. Then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel, for the world hastening fast to pass away. And that world right there is not talking about the planet Earth. That world is talking about a certain government, man. Like the Media Persian world had to pass away. The Babylonian world had to pass away. The Greek world had to pass away. And now the Rome world had to pass away. But now we're in the midst of the Rome revisit, or Rome 2.0, for the lack of better words, man. But it's passing away right before our eyes. Because after this kingdom, guess what? The kingdom of heaven is going to come, man. That's why it says it's hastening to fast. The Lord, he's speeding up the times for the elect's sake, man. Let's continue on. It says, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in the time to come, like it says in Peter's, man. We're looking for that promise of new heavens and new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. And we wasn't the only ones that's looking for it, man. Ezra was looking for it. King David was looking for it. Daniel. Continuing on, though. It says, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in the time to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities. As this world is wicked as hell, man. This cannot be the kingdom of heaven, man. The kingdom of heaven is not going to be full of moles or full of chemtrails, man. Or full of GMOs and sick diseases. Continuing on. But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. Yes, man. The evil has already been sown. Esau, he's been working. 1776, he's already have his plan rolling. But it says the end is not yet to come. Why? Because certain things have to play out before the end comes, man. Continuing on. It says, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. So the kingdom of heaven cannot come to pass. Why? Why the kingdom of heaven can't come to pass right now? Because this current system is running. These old Western movies, this town is not big enough for the two of us. That spirit, man. And that's what it's going to come to, man. Because the kingdom of Esau and the kingdom of Israel cannot rule simultaneously together, man. Just like trying to mix water with oil. It's not going to mix together. Continuing on, though. It says, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. Yes, man. So in order for the kingdom of heaven to come to pass, this current kingdom have to be done away with, man. And again, we will happily be happy to see everything that's in this world be passed away, man. Because guess what? Everything that you lose, and your family, your kids, your wife and shit, everything that you lost on this side, you're going to get it back on the other side. And it's not like you're going to get a halfway deal. No, the Lord, he's going to make it perfect. Like your cousin that scoffed at you, or your friend that scoffed at you when you told them about the truth, and they down this side in the kingdom of heaven, you're going to be able to see them in their perfection, man. That's a part of the glorious things that Yahweh Shema Shai is going to give unto us, man. And we want to be a part of that first resurrection, man. We want to be a part of that first resurrection that should not taste the sting of death of Esau, man. Let's get one more precept for our end of life. Let's go to Revelation 21. Revelation 21. Revelation 21 and verse 4, it says, in the Most High, Yahweh Shema Shai shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. Yes, man. The Lord said he's going to wipe away all tears from our eyes, man. Which means what? All the sufferings, all the things that you've been through. Because hey, even if Jake do make it in this world, guess what? You still ain't make it, man. You still have to answer unto Esau like Jay-Z, man. This guy, he's supposed to be a top producer. He's supposed to be a top guy in this modern world, but he still have to answer to the small hats, man. Even though he might be higher than a lot of Edomites, man, but he still have to answer into the elites, man. You know, and he's really sad. He's really depressed, man, because he don't have Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Read this again. It says, "In the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away." Yes, this shit, because that's all that this current kingdom is shit, man. And it's going to pass away. The Lord, he's going to flush it down the toilet, and you're never going to see it again, man. That's what the Lord is finna get ready to do with this current kingdom. So yeah, I just pray this video was edifying. I want to say, call Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rakak Wadash, Shalom, DTA, and the Bible.